Hi, I'm Trawler Specialist Jeff Merrill aboard the Nordhavn 50 Wild Rumpus. Wild Rumpus is home ported in Cape Charles, Virginia. She has cruised up and down the eastern seaboard. Her current owners have spent a lot of time and money to get her into great condition. This is a wide body variation, 2-cabin, teak staterooms, dry stack exhaust, really all the great features on a Nordhavn 50. Appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time to go on a tour with me today. Cockpit has some great space here if you want to go fishing. It's a place you can relax and lounge. You'll most likely arrive by dinghy and come over to the swim platform. There's a swim ladder if you want to go for a swim, and a boarding gate that lets you come in to this cockpit area. Over on the port side of the cockpit is a built-in fiberglass console, some storage lockers, drawers, and there's also a docking station right here. So you have your engine shift, bow thruster, engine start, stop, and horn. Keep some cleaning products in there or fishing supplies. There is a teak table that's in this little, behind this cover right here. Good hose pipes for handling lines. There is a life sling mounted, ready to go here if somebody makes the mistake and goes overboard. The ladder that goes up to the boat deck has a very reasonable rake to it. It's comfortable to get up to. And you can go into the salon here, or because we are a wide body, you go along the starboard side deck here, all the way up to the foredeck, and there's a boarding gate here if you want to get on from the dock. Standing in the Portuguese bridge, very comfortable area, safe and secure forward of the Pilothouse with the foredeck in front, bow, anchor rollers, dual anchors, the windlass with the recessed anchor well. You get up to the foredeck through this simple step gate area. The rails are up good and high. As you see, the anchor well is recessed with drains outboard on both sides. So it's pretty easy to get any mud, debris overboard. Anchor is set up, ready to go. Secondary deck pipe here for that secondary road, ready to go. There's a hatch built into the foredeck, gives some light and ventilation to the guest cabin. And there's also a built-in storage locker box right here. So good area for doing your ground tackle, for anchoring. It's not a bad area to relax. Put a cushion up against that deck box, and you're safe and secure back in the Portuguese bridge. On the boat deck, there's the crane and the tender, the primary occupants up here. There are two ways to get up onto the boat deck. There is a ladder that you can climb up from the cockpit, or you can walk around the side deck or exit the Pilothouse and come up along the port side. The dry stack exhaust, the fiberglass tower, sort of creates a divide on this single level area. The boat deck is aft and the flybridge is forward. On the boat deck, the bullfrog tender, relatively new with a Tohatsu outboard. And then we also have a Switlick life raft mounted on the port side. So life raft, dinghy, and the Airtex crane is outboard on the starboard side. Comfortable non-skid, easy access to the cockpit there. The boat deck transitions into the flybridge. You have the fiberglass stack with the dry stack exhaust. Up forward, you come into a teak deck area. You have a aluminum overhead bimini cover canvas. On the starboard side is a settee for guests to sit down, helm chair in the center, and over on the port side, another settee. This is the outdoor space that you're going to spend a lot of time aboard Wild Rumpus. When you're driving the boat, you have a comfortable chair to sit in and very good visuals of all the important electronics. 2 Raymarine displays, compass, engine shift, bow thruster, searchlight, stabilizers, windlass, wind, autopilot, depth. There is everything you need to do to operate and control the boat up here. You arrive here by coming along the port side deck up from the Pilothouse, or you can come up the ladder from the boat deck. I really like the lower profile that this chariot style flybridge provides. We're behind the Pilothouse rather than on top of it. Up forward, you can see the anchor and the windlass very easily. You have your antennas on the Pilothouse roof. There's also a hatch there. And then This was really well thought out. There is a hatch here at the front of the Flybridge that will allow you to pass drinks and food between the interior and the exterior. So very well thought out. Boat deck right back behind. I really like Flybridges, and I think this Flybridge on the Nordhavn 50 was really well thought out. Coming in from the cockpit, you enter into the salon through the sliding door over on the starboard side. Immediately to your starboard is a large settee, very comfortable for sleeping in rough conditions. Good visibility through the windows all the way around. On the port side is your dining area. Teak table underneath that cover. It's kept very nice because we keep it covered. There's an opening window forward on both sides. And then as you look from the salon, you can look into the galley, flat screen television, liquor cabinet with glass and a mirror, granite countertops on the galley, Force 10 3-burner stove and oven, microwave oven, sub-zero refrigerator. The dry stack exhaust column is right up through here. I want to look back at the entry level. Coming into the galley, Wild Rumpus was one of the first Nordhavn 50s with the granite countertops, little splashback right here, double basin sink, garbage disposal, opening window, appliances, coffee maker, again the stove and oven. The mirror provides a little bit more light in here, reflection, and sub-zero freezer drawers, and a Braun trash compactor. At the front end of the entry level, you have a choice of going down to the owner cabin, or you can go to the starboard side and go up to the pilot house. 4 steps there. To get up here, let's go take a look. Immediate door to starboard to get out, and you can go forward right down to the cabins as well. You pass a laundry washer and dryer down there. The electronics and the controls are all very nicely arranged on board here. This island right here has your comms, VHF radio, single sideband. You have your color displays, your monitors right along here, Raymarine computer as well, compass, wing engine controls right here, main engine control. This is a dry stack exhaust boat, so many people will put a cutoff fender on top of the actual pipe to keep rainwater from getting in there. And then they use the other part of the fender right here to remind them to take that off before they start up. But it's a single lever control, autopilot, main engine control, windlass, bow thruster. The generator control panel is right here, and the wing engine control panel is down here. The electrical breakers are divided between DC and AC. On the port side, you have your 12-volt DC service, and on the starboard side, you have your 120 240-volt AC service. This is also the side where you have your select switches for air conditioning and ship's power coming in from shore power. A look back aft. The hatch will allow you to pass food or beverages in between the pilot house and the Flybridge. Underneath these 3 ditch bags is a top-load freezer. Of course, I can go out the door here. The center or forward windows are opening on both sides so you can get some cross ventilation. There's a wet hanging locker back here, some drawers for storage. This is a very easy pilot house to operate, run the boat. I don't even think I pointed out the inverter panels are up here, easy to see. A Link 10 searchlight panels right here. Depth, that's the track stabilizer, which is not turned on right now. Wind, GPS, alarms, fire suppression, and water and fuel alarms. It really is an ideal pilot house, simple to run. There are a lot of things that are going on here, but it's all very intuitive, very common sense. And if you have a really nice day, you can go run up on the Flybridge. come down a couple of steps from the Saloon galley and you arrive in the owner cabin. Island berth, opening port lights outboard, hanging lockers on either side of the bed, mirror all the way forward. You can see you can take the forward door and go up to the landing into the guest stateroom or up the stairs. Over on the starboard side is the head and shower, vacuum flush toilet, stand-up stall shower, medicine cabinet, opening port light. It's a very comfortable bed. You are further back aft in the boat, so you don't have any wave slap in the bow, and you have a more comfortable ride underway when you're offshore. The engine room access is back aft in the owner cabin. And coming forward, we arrive in the guest cabin. Little step up. Guest cabin has an office area with a chair, so you can get some work done here. There's a hanging locker outboard. Of course, the own sink, shower, and toilet. There is an overhead hatch at the top of the shower, and you have access to the chain locker all the way forward. Coming back into the guest cabin to take a look, hanging locker, double bed. There's the desk and chair. There are some opening port lights right here. Those are in the Portuguese bridge. And as you can see, this lower level is very easy to move around in. If you're staying in the owner cabin and you want privacy, you can close this door here and the door back there, and the guests would have to come down the stairway. In the stairway is the separate clothes washer and dryer. And from here you go back up to the pilot house. So great accommodations down here. On this particular boat, the use of teak was put into the panels. Some of the boats have a white laminate. I think this gives you a little richer feel here and makes it a little more comfortable. Doesn't really change the comfort level, but I think it makes it more elegant is probably the word I was looking for. 2-cabin boat, 2 nice cabins. The Nordhavn 50 Wild Rumpus is a single-engine dry stack exhaust. The name Wild Rumpus comes from a classic children's book by Maurice Sendak called Where the Wild Things Are. And in this room, this is where the wild things are. The Lugger main engine 6108 on center line. The Northern Lights generator is back here on the starboard side. The Yanmar wing engine on port side. Those are the wild things. Those are the things you need to keep track of. Those are your diesel fuel consumers. Speaking of the diesel fuel, I have my fuel manifolds over here on the starboard side. Raycor fuel filters, active fin stabilizers, port and starboard, up forward. There's a toolbox up forward right by the door that you come into. Storage on the other side with the other seating area. This is the blanket for the exhaust coming up. There is a fire suppression system over on the port side. And one of the great features on this particular Nordhavn 50 is that you can get back to the Lazarette from the engine room. There's a door back there, lets you go back into the Lazarette. That's where there's a water maker, also your steering, some storage. It ends up being a garage on a boat. But I really like the sitting headroom that you get on the Nordhavn 50. It's very comfortable underway, keep your weight down low, and have good visibility to see what you're looking for, get to things, do your engine room check, and then get out of here. So I know you'll enjoy the engine room on Wild Rumpus, and now you know where the name came from. Thank you for joining me today aboard Wild Rumpus. You now have a much better idea of what a special Nordhavn 50 this is. If you'd like to get aboard, we do that by appointment. You can call or text me on the information on the screen. I think getting aboard is really the best way to truly appreciate what a magnificent boat Wild Rumpus is. I look forward to hearing from you. Hey, great to be underway again, out on the water. Love it out here. Thank you very much for watching the video. We have a couple of things you can do. One thing is you can click the bell to get a reminder when we post the next video. We love it when you give us those thumbs up. And then you can subscribe by clicking the button below. Once you've seen a couple videos, you might also want to check out some of the other ones, so you can click on one of these videos on the side. Thanks. We hope to have you come back here soon, and we'll be putting up more content shortly.